Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a little story time, but I don't want the camera so close to me, so I'm about to peel this off. I've had this since like, I don't even know, for more than 5 years, y'all. It's been lasting, and I'm like, I need another one, and I did get another one. And to make a really long story short, it just wasn't giving. You know what I mean? Like the sticky part wasn't lasting, but this sticky on this one, it lasts. So I'm about to open this because I want to hold the camera. Right? But I also wanted to tell a story, girl. Like, I was just telling my grandma and my mom about this story, and they both was like, what? Oh, and I just got to eat Jolly Ranchers, so that's why my tongue is so red. But yes, y'all, I didn't forget about this story, but I don't really think about it every single day. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I gotta tell this story, bro. This is a good story. But y'all, when I was younger, right, this was after college, so I wasn't that young. I was like 20, maybe 3-ish, 4, I don't know. But basically I was in this little group or whatever with a couple of people, but there was this one girl in the group. I don't know, y'all. Y'all know how some people just don't really mess with you like that? I get a lot of that because I don't talk a lot, which is cool or whatever. I kind of like the camera like this, so I might keep it like this. But I get a lot of that we don't really mess with you kind of attitude from people because, like I said, I just don't talk. I really just don't talk to people like that. But this girl, right, always gave that. And I get it, you know, I can't force people to like me, but I did kind of sort of, you know, try to make an effort to say, well, not to say nothing. I didn't really say much, but I always just was kind to her, and I was always being nice to her. So did I mention that I was a part of a group? I was a part of a group, yeah. So I remember, like, we were going to this little group event in a different city, but they needed some people to drive, and I was one of the people that they asked if I could, you know, drive, because I have my own cars and some people didn't, and da-da-da-da. So I had to kind of plan up with some people and like work on picking them up from the school, because I was in college at the time. I was actually going to this cop. I probably don't want to show, maybe after the video, I'll think about it. But I remember just saying, you know, I'll drive these people. It was me, her, another girl, and I think somebody else. I don't really remember exactly who. Listen, it's been a minute, and I don't talk to none of these people no more like that. I only remember her because of certain situations. So, oh my god. But yeah, y'all, it was me, her, and a couple other people. And this wasn't my first go around going to an event with her, right? And I always noticed that it was like this energy she had with white people. And I'm not trying to shit on her, y'all, but I'm just gonna keep it real. It was always like she kind of gave white people this kingdom, queen, king experience, girl. And I was just always like, what? That's kind of weird, but I know it because it's like, we're black, boo. And she was actually really darker than me. Really, really darker than me. Like, no offense. But she was like dark-skinned. And, you know, I'm not dark-skinned, but, you know, whatever. But she just always treated them with the utmost respect. And I could never understand what was going on with that. And I didn't really think too much into it until she did this. Right? So, like I said, she was always kind of like, with me, it was just kind of like giving, like, I don't really look at you like that. And whenever a white person would come around, she would just befriend them, girls. So much so, I thought they'd been friends for 2-3 years, maybe 10. But turns out this girl never knew them. She never knew these people, girl. Like, it was always surprising to me because this wasn't a one-time thing. This was something that happened, I think, a couple of times I was around her. Like, she would befriend the white people and become so cool with them. No offense, white people. I love y'all, okay? But I'm just, listen, I'm just telling a story. But I couldn't understand, girl. I really couldn't. I didn't get it. It was weird. So weird. So I remember this one time now, we were in the bathroom taking a picture, right? And, well, I wasn't really taking a picture. I was just low-key in the bathroom with a couple of the people that I drove to the location that we were going to for the event. And I remember, because we were friends on Snapchat too, I remember looking at her Snapchat and I saw that she took a picture with one of the white girls, really pretty. I think she wasn't even white, she was Mexican or something like that, I don't know. But she took a picture with her and she was just bigging up this girl and basically just saying how she was so pretty and she was really cute and oh my god, her skin is so nice, she's a Snow White, like just doing a lot. Because for me, y'all, I'm just antisocial, so some kind of behaviors I don't get. I don't get how you cool with her so quick. But y'all, she was bigging up this girl and I kept clicking on the, you know, slides. And mind you, I wasn't jealous, y'all. I'm not jealous. I was just kind of like, okay. It was weird, girl, because she did it before and I was kind of like, you don't even know these people and you're posting them on your Snapchat and talk about how beautiful and pretty they are and how their skin is so nice and she looks like Snow White and da da da. And I was just kind of like, that is so cringy. It was cringy. It's giving I want to be you, but that ain't my business. But yes, girl, so I kept clicking, you know, on Snapchat you can keep clicking and looking and being nosy. So I remember me and her took a picture too this day and I saw a picture of me, her, and the girl. And I think she said something about the girl, like how the girl was like pretty and Snow White. She said some craziness like that, girl. And then when she got to me, she put words by our names, of course. But when she got to me, she put chauffeur or something like that. And at the time, I was definitely like, what? Like, it was weird. And I think to this day it's still weird as shit to me, because it's just like, why are you like, what? Like, it just, you know what was weird about it, y'all? The fact that she just was bigging up this snow bunny, as she say, a princess, next to her, because it was like her, the other girl, and then me. She was bigging up the girl, talking about she was pretty, Snow Bunny, awesome. And then, girl, she got to me and it was just kind of like chauffeur, my chauffeur. And it was just kind of like, yo, this is why I don't have friends, because y'all be weird. Y'all be so weird. But I think now, y'all, it's funny. It was always funny to me because, one, I couldn't be friends with her. It was so many reasons why. And then two, it was just like, oh, you gotta love yourself. Do you think you're beautiful? Like, I don't get it, y'all. People be different and people be weird. But I just had to tell this story because I'm just like, yo, this is actually a good story to share with people. People really out here hate themselves and be really looking at some people as if they're just this awesome angel and a whole bag of chips. And then, I don't know, y'all, when she referred to me as a chauffeur, like, I guess since I took everybody here, you could say that, but it was just still just kind of like, was it really necessary to call me? Why you ain't call me a beautiful chocolate or a caramel candy, something? Like, I don't really need nobody to tell me I'm pretty or I'm so cute and I look like snow. I don't need it. You know what I mean? I don't need it, but it was just, it just shows and gives. Be careful who you become friends with. And I'm just so glad I never became friends with this girl, y'all, honestly. And I know it may sound so awful to some people, but I am very picky about who my friends are. If you already start off showing me that you don't really fuck with me, like, I didn't want to cuss, man. But if you already come off like you don't really mess with me like that, I'm gonna take it and run with it. And I'm so glad that I took it and I ran with it. Because I could have very much been her. I would have never been her friend, girl. I'm up here lying. I don't put nothing past people. So I would have never been her friend. But I'm glad I definitely was just like, ew, this is cringy. And I was just telling my mom and my grandma about it. And they were just like, I was like, yeah, that happened to me. I was like, that happened to me. Can't believe it. But yes, y'all, be careful who you become friends with. Because some people I love you, my black people, but we gotta keep it real. Some of y'all hate yourselves. Y'all be worshiping white people and people with lighter skin, and it's the cringiest thing to me. But that ain't my business. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I love everybody, and everybody is cool with me. As long as you stay cool with me, we're cool. But don't become friends with somebody who looks at the next person that they don't even know as a Snow White bunny princess, and then when it comes to your ass, that they know you but they don't know you like that, they refer to you as a chauffeur or a janitor or something like that. I don't know. But yes, y'all, I had to tell this little story. It was just a little funny and a little crazy and a little bit like, what, girl, like what?